Hello everyone, welcome back to Future Talks conducted by Prayaana. I am Priya and I'll be the host for the day. Let's begin the session with a bit of introduction to Prayaana. So Prayaana is basically a unique employability, entrepreneurship and innovation ecosystem for women. Prayaana Lab gives wholesome career support services right from career counseling, training, mentoring and recruitment services under one umbrella. It's a platform for students to improve their skills, for working women to upgrade their skills, and for the women who want to do a comeback to their career, they can do with this platform. So for more information, you can go to check us out at www.prayaana.org. So you can also join us and register us at www.prayaana.in and download the Prayaana app. You can create your profile today and be the member of our community. So Prayaana Collective or Precall, India's first e-commerce platform that is dedicated to the empowerment of women. The platform is uniquely designed with an attractive affiliate marketing model where all the customers are given an opportunity for lifetime savings and earnings. For more information, you can go to www.precall.com. So basically, you can interact to our speaker with the help of live chat box in our YouTube channel. The queries will be shared after the end of the session. So today's topic is 21st century sales hack for those who do not enjoy selling. And the speaker is Mr. Vinay Pushpakaran. A very warm welcome, sir. Vinay Pushpakaran is a speaker, sales strategist, entrepreneur, and communication coach. He is a member of the Professional Speakers Association of India, coming with over 16 years of experience in sales, marketing, and coaching, and having worked in 7 countries across 3 continents. He believes that effective selling is a connection and not a transaction. He curates specialized learning programs to help individuals and teams communicate and sell more efficiently. He has transformed educationists and corporate professionals into communication leaders in their respective domains. He heads Future Impact Learning, a public speaking academy that works with students from some of the leading schools and colleges in India. So, welcome, sir, and over to you now.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Priya. And thank you for having me here, Team Prayaana. And this session is very special for me because I'll be talking about a topic that I hold very close to my heart, which is selling. So let me just share my screen with you here.
Yes.
Selling, sales. We do this every day of our life, all of us. It's not limited just to sales professionals or sales managers or sales executives. We all do selling on a daily basis in our lives. When we tell our children to eat something which they do not even want to bring close to their mouth, that's sales. When we get dressed up and we take care of ourselves, considering what somebody else would be thinking about us or expecting an opinion from somebody, that's sales. When we flirt with somebody, that's sales. When we say hi to someone and say something to somebody expecting something in return or a help in return, that's sales. In fact, even when we put up a story on Instagram or any form of social media, or we put up a post on that, we write OM, write a blog, that's sales. We're doing selling of some form or other every single day of our lives. But still, when it comes to our business, when it comes to our core product, some of us don't really enjoy the process of selling. It holds true for so many of us. Selling is not something which is a universally enjoyable or enjoyed skill, like a lot of other skills. But when it comes to selling, yes. Before we go further, a little bit about myself. Other than the formal information that was given by Priya, let me just share a little bit about myself. I'm Vinay. I originally belong to Kerala, but born and brought up in Delhi. Went back to Kerala for my engineering, did my management from Goa, and now settled in Chennai. My core domain of experience lies between sales, customer experience, marketing, and coaching. And I worked in industries which include alcohol, dairy, spices, consulting, and training. So these are some of the industries where I worked in. And very importantly, I love writing short stories. I love movies, and I write about movies as well. So that's enough of seeing about me here. Let's move on to selling, which is, why do some of us hate selling? Why do you think some of us hate selling? Let me share some of the common reasons which were found out when research was conducted on why people do not, why some of us do not enjoy selling, why some of us hate selling. Number one, the need to be liked, the need to be said yes to. A lot of us, we feel that when we are trying to sell something to somebody, the other person does not really like us. We are not comfortable with, or we are not prepared to handle a no from that person. Another reason, that's one. Another reason, we feel that we are being unfair to that person. We feel that we are doing a grave injustice to that person by taking their money to our end, and we feel that the worth that we are providing in our product or service is less than the worth of the revenue that the person is parting to us. So that's another reason why some of us don't like selling. Some of us don't enjoy selling because we can't handle extreme emotions. Sometimes customers, sometimes prospects get upset. Sometimes they lose their temper. Sometimes they give us a cold shoulder. And if there's somebody whom we know or an acquaintance, then that's bad. We can't handle that. And that gets us avoid selling. These are some of the common reasons why some of us really don't take to the art of selling. But for an entrepreneur, or for any business, especially for an entrepreneur, selling is a super important skill. Selling is a skill which is perpetual in terms of its importance. We all need to sell. Now, how do we enjoy this process of selling when we don't really when it's not in our, or how do we actually sell when we don't really enjoy this process of selling? That is what I will be talking about in this session. And I will keep it very, very simple, because I have broken the entire thing down into 5 simple hacks or 5 simple points. Now, each of these points has a fact to it and an action to it. Fact is something which is a belief based on consumer behavior and insight. And action is what we as business owners, as entrepreneurs, can do and can take to completely transform our business. So each of these 5 hacks, each of these 5 steps will take us closer to our objective of being very, very proficient and efficient in selling our product and our service to the best of our capability. So we come to number 1. The fact here is that people do not want to buy your product. No, they are not interested. Your prospect or your customer is not interested in your product. Yes, it sounds harsh. It sounds bad, but it's a fact. The customer is interested to buy a solution to their problem. The problem could be anything. The problem could be needing a cake for somebody in your family's birthday. The problem could be lightening the skin tone. The problem could be growing hair. The problem could be anything. But the solution to that problem is what the customer wants. The customer is not interested in your product. The customer is interested in buying a solution to their problem. So the action point for us is that we do not need to sell. We need to solve a problem for our customer. How do we do that? We have to, one of the common approaches that we see sales professionals or sales executives do is that we always, after introducing ourselves, we always get into talking about the features and benefits and all the kinds of wizardry that's associated with that product. We lay it out on the table. There we are trying to sell a product. We are not trying to offer a solution to the problem of the customer. On the other hand, if we bring the focus on purely solving a problem for the customer, number one, it takes us from that salesperson mindset. That's very important, because if we want to do a successful sale, we need to remove the mindset that we are going to sell something, we are going to take money from this person and we are going to give him a product and walk away. No, we are going there to understand the problem that this person is facing. We are going there to see if we can provide an amazing solution to that person. And if that person is willing and can afford our solution, then we are there to make sure that he gets the best version of that solution. That is the entire process of a business. So we need to get rid of that mindset that we are here to sell. We are here to solve a problem for our customer. Let me take the example of baking. I know a lot of my friends are into baking, and when we are looking at a product like baking a cake, now what is the problem that a cake solves? The problem that the cake solves is nothing but being there to celebrate an occasion. You celebrate an occasion, children want to dig into it, and the cake is there for that purpose. Now, different customers have different expectations from a simple product like a cake. Now, there will be some customers for whom the entire, they need the cake in the particular form of an object. They need a fondant cake. They may need a ganache cake. They may need any kind of a unique cake which is designed in a particular form and shape. They don't care about the expense. They don't care about the time. There would be another set of customers for whom all these things don't matter. They need a cake, simple, but they need it dot on time, because they are the ones who are ordering the cake always at the last minute. So they need a cake to be delivered that moment. So for them, speed is a priority. There would be another set of customers for whom more than speed, more than the look and the aesthetics, what matters is they need something that is affordable. They have a budget for it. They need that within that budget. So if we are trying to solve a problem for that customer, we need to understand first that what exactly is this customer's need. If this customer's need is time, if this customer's need is affordability, if this customer's need is aesthetics, then we have to talk about how our product or how the cake that we are baking is going to solve that problem. So instead of, now if somebody wants timeliness and we are talking about aesthetics, then we are trying to sell there. That doesn't work. If we are trying, in another example, if we are trying to hire a service like a home cleaning service or one of the home services, and in today's times, one of the top priorities for us is hygiene, safety. That is, these two are right at the top, number one in our priority list. So the first thing that we ask is not about whether there's an offer going on. No, that may not be the first thing. The first thing is, what are the steps taken by the executive to ensure safety and hygiene? How do we ensure that the person coming here is not symptomatic? So As a company, we need to look at what our target customer, what our target audience, or the person that, or the customer that we are dealing with, what is his need, what is his problem. We have to be the best problem solver for that customer during that sale. If we are able to provide the best solution to his problem, selling automatically happens. We don't really need to talk about the features or the bells and whistles related to the product. No, we don't. We have to talk about how this particular product will solve his problem extremely well, efficiently, the way he wants. So the problem solving mindset is what can help us sell better without getting into the mindset that we are trying to do something that we are not comfortable with. That by shifting that perspective, by shifting that mindset from selling to solving a problem. So it's, SAP, selling a product, sell a product, no, solve a problem. That's also SAP, but that's something that we need to believe in. Solve a problem, do not sell a product. So that would be my first hack, which is do not sell, solve a problem for your customer, and the customer will have you for life. Second one, number 2. This is something which a lot of us business owners, we always fall into, because we always feel that numbers make all the difference. So if we have 100 prospects, they're all potential clients. And if they're all potential clients, they all deserve our equal time. So that's almost like selling water to a drowning man. Doesn't make sense, right? Unfortunately, yes, it doesn't. So one way that we can reduce the chances of a straight out no from a customer is by evaluating our leads. The time that we spend in evaluating a lead, assessing a lead, is the time that we are actually saving our effort, our resources, and our time on that customer. So if we have a pool of 100 customers, then we have to understand that who exactly does this customer need this product? Who exactly would be an ideal client for a product? Who exactly would need this product? For example, for this interaction, we're looking at a webcam. Now, who is a customer for a webcam? If I'm running a company and I'm selling webcams, right now, my entire effort would be to make sure that I run my production at 2 times or 3 times, because webcams are literally off the market. There is barely any stock available in the physical market or online. So who's my target segment here? Who am I trying to sell webcams here? Would I actually go and sell webcams to anybody and everybody? Or would I see that, okay, an IT professional who's working from home, ideal client. A student in school, absolutely ideal client. If he's using a separate laptop, then definitely an ideal client. An entrepreneur or a business owner who's having team meetings with his, from home, very important, very definitely. But somebody who's running a small establishment, which is which does not require a Zoom meeting or a video call, would that person be an ideal customer? Definitely not. So evaluating our lead is an extremely important thing here, because when we are approaching a customer, there are 3 responses that can happen there. Very rarely we get an immediate yes. That's when the customer approaches us instead of. So rarely we get a yes. It's definitely possible that we might get a straight out no, yes, but the highest percentage would be a maybe. Maybe, not now. No, not now. Maybe I'll think about it. Every response other than a flat out no is an opportunity to be converted to a yes. Every response that is not a flat out no is an opportunity to be converted to a yes. How do we do that? We need to understand the reason why a customer is saying a maybe. There could be several reasons. I'll just talk about a few of them here. Number one, if the customer says not now, not now often means that the customer needs time to think about the product. It's not that he doesn't need it. Yes, he has a need, definitely. Yes, he has a problem which our product can solve, absolutely right. But maybe right now is not a great time for him to invest in it. Very possible. Number two, it's possible that right now he's not in a mindset. Maybe he's thinking about something else, and he's got something else on his mind at this point of time. He does not want to use his mind to think about buying a product. Very possible. Another reason, maybe he's using another product which serves the same purpose, but maybe it can still run for some more time. Of course, we don't really replace the product until it's totally obsolete, right? Or when it can't serve the purpose anymore. So there could be several reasons like that. So each of these reasons require us to have a very different, very customized, and extremely unique response. It could another reason, very common reason, is that maybe the customer doesn't know us or our product very well. That's also a reason for him to say maybe not right now. So if a customer needs more information, then our response would be to provide that information. Maybe not right now, but maybe in the form of an email, maybe as a WhatsApp message. Very possible. If the customer needs time to, because he has a already working product that he's using, then maybe he does not need to be contacted right away, but he can be contacted after a couple of months, and then the relationship could be built on that. So every single response can lead to a yes. Every single response other than a flat out no is an opportunity to be converted to a yes. So only when we evaluate a lead would we know that whether this particular prospect, this particular potential customer is actually a potential customer or not. So that saves time, that saves effort, that saves resources. So evaluating a lead is an absolutely important hack. It can save us one very important thing. It can save us from rejection. We anyways don't enjoy rejection, right? So it can help us save us from rejection, which is a huge reason that a lot of us do not enjoy selling. So this hack can definitely take care of that to a large extent. We will now move on to the hack number 3. Fact here, people like to buy from people they know about, people they trust, and people they respect. Now, these 3 are very important points here. Know about, respect, and trust. How do they know about us? How do they know about our business? How do they know about our product? We have to be present in their spectrum. We have to be present where they are seeing. So that's one thing. Second thing, they have to respect us. Why would they respect us? Why would they respect the business? Why would they respect our product? Or when we are offering a product, why should they respect us? When they know that we are good at what we do. This is a very important hack, friends, and I want all of us to look very, very closely at this one, because it's extremely important that as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you should be known for your expertise of the domain that you're in. By expertise, it doesn't mean that you know everything that is there to know about that. No, definitely not. If you're running an HR consultancy, then it is not important, or it is not necessary that you know every single domain, subdomain that comes under HR. No, it's not relevant. It's not important. But you may know only 2 things. You may know recruitment, you may know compensation, but then you should be known as an expert in those 2 domains. So whatever you know, you should know it well, and you should be known for knowing it well. Those are 2 different things. Knowing is one thing, but to be known for knowing it is the game changer. That's the deal breaker. So you have to be out there being known for your expertise. Because when you're an entrepreneur, when you're a business owner, It's you who who is the first product. Your product or the service is always the second one. The customer buys you first, and then your product or your service, because it's your word, your credibility that the customer goes by. When you go online, when you go on Amazon, when you go on Flipkart and you check out a particular product, the other day I was checking out things that I could actually gift to somebody. It was supposed to be a formal gift, and I was checking out all kinds of options for that, and I came across this nice set of lamps, and very reasonably priced, and they looked really nice. But when I saw the vendor, and I was looking for vendor ratings, I didn't find any vendor ratings there. And I I immediately typed that vendor name on Google and said, okay, do we know this brand, or at least, is there something about this brand? Zilch, nothing, zero, absolutely nothing about it. I was very skeptical to actually invest in a product for which is coming from a stable where I have no idea who is making it, what is the person's credibility, zero. On the other hand, if I were to buy the same product and I was picking up the phone and I'm asking a friend of mine who knows about it, I'm saying that okay, brother, I need to buy this one. Where do I go? And he tells me that, I bought something similar from this particular outlet, in this particular brand. I would not need any further clarification. I don't need any further details, because I'm going by the trust that he has. I mean, that the trust that I have in him. So I go there, I purchase the product. Similarly, if I have to take up a new mutual fund, if I have to take up a new financial product, and I can go online and I can find tons of information about every mutual fund that's there in the market. But when my advisor or the person who consults me, he calls me and says that, I think you should go for these three. It's not because of the products, it's because of the credibility of the person who's recommending that product. So what is the insight for us here? As business owners, we need to build our credibility first. We need to be known for our expertise. Now, how do we do that? We need to put out content that relates to our expertise in the domain. So if you're in the industry of say, you're making gift products. If you're looking at creating gift products, then you need to be. If I need to see you as an authority when it comes to gifts, you need to be the first person whom I ping and say, okay, what do you think I can gift to this particular person? I need to give a corporate gift to a client of mine, and it's a very formal gift. What would you suggest? And then I go by that person's word. That is the kind of credibility that we have to create. That is created by the content we put out. How do we put out the content? Blogging is a very, very, very effective way. But not all of us are into blogging. Not all of us enjoy blogging. But definitely, social media is something which can be utilized for that. Social media, sharing content about our domain knowledge in whatever form of social media that we use. It could even be WhatsApp groups. It could even be, on Facebook, or any form of social media that we use. Those are the kind of insights which create our brand in the market. Those are the kind of insights that make us be known for our expertise. So if I am known for the expertise of making gift products, then a prospect will directly call me and ask me that, okay, I came across your post. I'm actually looking for something. Do you have something? Now, if I have something, I can offer him. If I don't have something, I will not shun him out. I will lead him or refer him to some place where he can actually get that. There, you may have lost a sale that because you didn't have a product, but you would have won a customer for life. That's the part where expertise comes into play. We have to share our knowledge with the market that we play in, with the market that we work in, with the market that we live in. We have to share the expertise, and we have to share the knowledge about the domain that we have with the market and be known for it. This doesn't happen overnight. Guys, this doesn't happen overnight at all. We need to invest time, and we have to be consistent. Consistency could also be one post a month. It could also be one post a week. It could also be 2 posts in a week. Yes, the speed or the regularity or the consistency totally depends on the time and the choice that individually we have, but then the consistency is what counts. Please start creating content which relates to your industry, which relates to your business. When I say content, do not market your own products all the time. No, that's not content. That, you know, I've got these 10 new products, I've got these 10 products. No, that's hard selling. No, I am talking about putting out content about your knowledge in that industry. If you are in the business of producing confectionery, then talking about the new kinds of confectionery that's come in the market, a policy decision of the country that may affect this market. These are the things which slowly snowball and form an opinion, form a brand of you in the market, that you are an expert when it comes to confectionery. You are an expert when it comes to home services. You are an expert when it comes to webcams. A very simple post about the difference between high definition buying a Logitech high definition webcam and a local brand high definition webcam. Very frankly, you know, I am looking for a webcam, an HD webcam right now. I'm not able to get a Logitech. So if somebody shares that information for me, I would definitely look at it carefully. And then I see that, okay, this person has got consistent, you know, output of content. I will definitely consider the person and for an advice in the future, and even definitely for business. This is applicable to every industry. This is applicable if you're even running a hotel. This is applicable even if you're a doctor, you're in healthcare. This applies everywhere. If you're a nutritionist, talking about nutrition on any forum, any social media, talking about nutrition, sharing tips, sharing techniques for people to stay healthy during this lockdown. That matters. I'm spending more time on this particular hack because I feel very strongly about the impact that this can have on your business. This can do what 10 sales calls can do, and maybe even more. Because expertise is a magnet that draws customer attention, that draws customer queries. And that's where business starts from. So be known for your expertise of the domain that you're in. I would love to, if you have any questions on this or any of the other points, please do feel free to raise them at the end of the session. The next point. Oh, this is something which we've heard in life, and this is something which I believe in a lot as well. That in life and in business, the negative word travels much wider and faster than positive word. It's always the bad news that travels faster and reaches more people than the good one. True for so many things. And in sales, it's very important that we see that we create an amazing customer experience for our customer. Now here, let me talk a little bit further about this one, because this is a very important hack. That here I am not talking about customer satisfaction being turned into customer delight. No, we're not talking about that at all. Because customer delight, I feel, is very overrated. Because what matters for a customer is the process of transaction, the process of doing business with you should be as easy, hassle-free, and effortless. What can we as business owners do to ensure that? When I say effortless, let's explore a little further. How easy is it to place an order with you? How many times do I have to click, and how many links do I have to go into? How many times do I have to go to a new screen? How many people do I have to call to get through to you? How easy is it for me to place an order with you, make a payment with you, and get the product or the service in my hand? Number one. Number two, there are two things very important. Number one is placing an order and doing business. Number two is, how easy is it to solve a problem, solve a situation with you? Which means that I have done a transaction with you and something has gone wrong. How easy is it to deal with it? How hard do you make it for me? How easy do you make it for me? Extremely important. A simple example, I ordered food on a food service platform recently. and there was something wrong with the packaging of one of the items that was brought in the set of in the dinner. And I went to that app, and I checked that app out, and there was no phone number given to make a call. There's only a chat option. So I clicked on the chat option. A gentleman asked me for a few details, and then I tell him the details. I took around 3 to 4 minutes to do this, and I raised a complaint for that. He said, we will get back to you, sir. I asked, by when? Very soon. Very soon. What happened after that? I waited for close to half an hour. Nothing came. 1 hour, nothing came. I pinged on that again, no response. So what did I do? I found out the social media handle of that service provider and put a message on the social media. I got a response on that saying somebody will call me in 24 hours. But before that, the person asked me what went wrong. So I had to repeat my story all over again. Then the next day morning, somebody from that company called me back. And the person said that he's from the legal team or he's from the office, and he asked me what went wrong, sir. I repeated my story for the third time there. And then he said that we'll be offering you a full refund, and we'll be issuing an apology, and we are taking strict action against that outlet. And he gave me the entire list of things that will be happening. And then I asked that, when would the refund hit my account? So he said, very soon, sir. I said, please quantify the very soon. He said, within 2 to 3 hours. So I waited for another 2 hours, and the refund got credited. This entire process was a very simple case of a damaged packaging. A damaged packaging is a very serious issue in the food industry. It took me close to 15 hours to sort it out. And I had to repeat my story 3 full times to 3 different people. And I had to chat, I had to call, and I had to also post it on social media to finally get the desired output or desired outcome, and that too after 16 hours. This is an example. Now, yes, if I have an option of a different service provider, I would always go for that next time. The business lost me as a customer, but I may still place an order if I don't have an option. But that business will never get my loyalty. The business will never get a positive word of mouth from me. On the other hand, it will definitely get a negative word of mouth from me. This example or this story is basically to connect the fact that sometimes solving a problem can be a very, very simple, hassle-free method, but then unfortunately, we often end up complicating it. So our objective should be how can we make it easy? How can we make the process effortless for the customer to buy from us and to complain to us? Yes, to buy from us and to complain to us. Both these things are equally important. Can we make it as effortless and simple as possible? Minimum number of clicks, easiest and seamless way of problem resolution. Every problem has a resolution. There is no problem which doesn't have a resolution. But are we doing whatever we can to make our process effortless? If right now it's taking 5 clicks for a customer, can we try and make it 3 clicks? Can we, if it's taking 3 clicks right now, can we make it 2 clicks? Can we change that to 1 phone call? Can we make the process of payment and receiving the product simpler, easier, faster? Those are the things that make a customer come back to us. And customer loyalty is not just getting delighted by a once in a blue moon amazing event. Yeah, that's great. We all love being, pampered and, being treated specially. Yes, but that happens rare. And as a business, we cannot plan, strategize, or make it a process. That's not optimal. Too much resources and results are not guaranteed. So where are results guaranteed? Results are guaranteed if we make the process of transaction with us extremely easy, seamless, and effortless. So the 4th hack here is that, can we make the process of transacting with us effortless? That will make the decision making for our customer much easier and much shorter in time. Very important, because this takes care of a huge issue that some customers have when it comes to know that, oh, really, is it that cumbersome to do business with you that, okay, oh, I have to fill up this form and then I have to wait and then somebody will call me back and I don't have anything in my hand to check on, on the status of that. I can't track it. No. in whatever way we can we make the process easier? Can we make it effortless? That's our hack number 4. The hack number 5, the final hack, and the last and the final hack in this one is, today footfalls don't keep our business afloat. Today footfalls alone will not keep us in business forever. It's the eyeballs that count. It's the eyeballs that it's the eyeballs that bring in the footfalls. It's the eyeballs that may or may not bring in footfalls that definitely can bring in business. Which means that building our e-presence on relevant social media is extremely important as entrepreneurs and business owners. The future is definitely digital. Yes, there are a lot of businesses which can still survive, which can still run in the traditional form for some more time. But if we are really looking at the future, if we are really looking at being a sustainable, growing business, then digital is the way forward. If not to sell the products, then definitely to build our presence on social media, our e-presence as an individual, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. Your presence on social media and your the presence of your company and your products on social media and in the digital format is extremely important and very, very critical. Today, as a business, we are not competing with other businesses that are in the domain. We are also competing with a customer's mobile phone. When we go to a supermarket, when we see something, how many of us have at least once taken out our phone and checked the price of that product on Amazon? We all have done that. I definitely have done that. Yes. If I find a better deal there, I definitely place the order with Amazon then and there itself. Yes, it's happened to me. It happens to a lot of us. We are competing against a customer's mobile phone because yesterday or in the olden times, the seller had all the knowledge of the products and services and the buyer knew nothing. So the buyer depended on the seller for both the product as well as the knowledge. Today, the buyer has both. Buyer has product options and the buyer has knowledge. In fact, the knowledge part is hugely outweighing the product part, the product options part. That's so much knowledge available at the click of a button on our mobile phone. What are we as business owners doing about it? What can we do to sell better? We have to leverage our presence on relevant social media. When I say relevant social media, now this is an important point, guys. When I say relevant social media, we have to be present on the social media where our target is, where our target audience is, where our target customers are. If I am looking at millennial customers, if I'm looking at young customers, then looking for them on a forum where they don't exist doesn't really make sense. I would rather be present on, say, an Instagram, and maybe in some cases I would also be present on a Facebook. But on the other hand, if I'm looking at a professional customers or corporate customers, then more than Instagram or Facebook, I would definitely have a presence on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is an absolutely amazing tool. It's an amazing social media platform to build your presence on. If you're a business owner, I would definitely recommend that be present on LinkedIn and have an active presence on LinkedIn, because that can take your business to a whole new level because of the connectivity it has with other business owners, clients, and professionals, working professionals across the world. So that's a powerful form of social media. So build your e-presence on relevant social media. Sometimes, excuse me, sometimes it's not just about checking out products and services. Sometimes it's about checking for knowledge about the particular product and service. Sometimes it's purely to know whether this is to know the credibility of a person. So all that is built by being present in a responsible and relevant way on the relevant social media platforms. It's an extremely important, and this is because out of sight, definitely out of mind. And today, out of sight, not just out of mind, but out of business. So you have to be present there. Let me quickly summarize the 5 hacks that we spoke about. And I put one word to it. It's basically, if I look at it, it's basically 1 S and 4 E's. I quickly sum it up for you. It is, number 1 is do not sell a product, solve a problem. Number 2, evaluate your leads. Saves a lot of time and definitely saves you from a lot of no's. Number 3, expertise. Be known for your expertise in that domain. Be known, not just build your expertise, but also be known for your expertise in that domain. Extremely important. Number 4, make doing business with you effortless. Make it easy for people to do business with you. Make it as easy as you can. And keep on working to make it easier. This will definitely translate into business, and this will definitely translate into better sales. And have an e-presence on relevant social media, in the digital world. If it requires you to have a website, please do have a website. There are lots of website, website service providers in the market today. If you're not tech savvy, there's always somebody around the corner who can do that for you. We can discuss a lot more on this, but the 5 words important here: solve, evaluate, expertise, effortless, e-presence. These are the 5 hacks of simplified selling. These 5 hacks are for each and every one of us business owners who would want to sell more, sell better, even though we don't really enjoy the process of selling. So, before we get on to questions, I would try to answer every question that's possible. But if we run out of time, then I would love to connect with you, and I would love to answer any questions. If you have any questions, if I can help you out with any information, any further details on whatever I've shared till now, please feel free to connect with me. I'm available on LinkedIn and Instagram with the same ID, that is Vinay Pushpakaran. Please connect with me. I would also love to have your feedback on the insights that you gained from the session. Please put in a word, please share. I would love to hear from all of you. So I think we can now move on to Q&A.
Yes, sir. So thank you so much. That was actually a very informative session and very enlightening. And for the MBA people, especially like me, I'm an MBA I'm pursuing MBA right now. For me, it's a very enlightening session. So actually, I like the way. Yeah. So I like the way that you mentioned about sales strategy in digital market. It's like the COVID situation that we are facing right now, everything is going to be digital. And in that case, having insight on 5 S and 3 E's, 4 E's, sorry, it's a great insight, I think. But sir, there is a problem. Like I have a question. It's my question. Like, don't you think that in digital market, when we have lots and lots of competition, because earlier what used to happen, like in a retail shop, we used to persuade people, even if they are not in the mindset of buying anything, we used to persuade them to to buy things, buy our products. But in case of digital market, it becomes it is very competitive, first of all, and there are clicks, but there are no conversions. So what do you have to say on this?
Very good question, actually, Priya, because yes, a lot of clicks, but no conversions. It's a very real problem that a lot of digital marketers and a lot of businesses are facing as well. Now, my take on that is very simple. Number 1 is that we need to understand that 2 things. Number 1, where are we getting the clicks from? Are they even our customers? Are they even our prospects? Are we marketing it wrong? I'll share a small incident with you that this is not now. It's like long back. We were marketing a summer camp for children, and we marketed it in a social media, and we even did a promo. We did a Facebook promo as well. And now we got close to 500, 600 clicks. But when it came to translating to business, very, very few clicks translated. Later, when we actually analyzed the profile of the people who clicked, we got to know a lot more insights on that one, that, the people who are actually making decisions for the target that we are looking at, they are not present on that particular social media profiling that we had put in. So yes, a lot of, yes, when we see a very nice looking post, we may just click it for the heck of it. Yes, very possible, we do that. But when it comes to business, no, we are not, because that doesn't really excite us. No. So clicks is definitely not an, so getting clicks is a very, I would say, flimsy way of assessing our reach in the market. So what do we do? What is the best way to tackle that? The best way to tackle that is that we have to draw the traffic. We have to draw digital traffic towards us. How do we do that? We draw digital traffic towards us by putting out good, solid, consumable content in the form that the target market appreciates and at the place where the target market is present. So which means if I'm running a program for, say, fresh graduates, I'm running an interview workshop for fresh graduates, and I'm looking at the age group of, say, 18 to 24. Then number one, I need to understand what form of media do they consume. Do they consume a long post with a lot of written content? Will they click on or should I just put a link? They click on it, it will lead them to another website, to my website, and then they will read it. Or do they consume a short video made of 90 seconds? I need to understand what will they consume. And once I understand that, I have to see where do I put that content up on. I have to put that content up on exactly the media where my target market is. If my target market is 18 to 24, then I need to look at that. Okay, are they present on Instagram? Yes, they're present on Instagram. Then I need to be there. Or if I have to be present on another social media, then I have to be on that. So being present at the right place in the right format is extremely important. That can draw people, because that can actually bring about engagement. It will not just stop at a click, it will have engagement. And when I say content, I mean engaging content. Not just content which just talks about something, but engaging content which makes people talk about your product, which makes people give a comment about it, which makes people talk about not just the product, but about the entire service or entire industry that we are talking about. Recently, HUL, Hindustan Levers, dropped the word fair from Fair and Lovely. So now that is an issue which actually affected. I mean, that's an issue which sent ripples through the entire FMCG industry. Everybody was talking about it. Those kind of topics, when we share content which are current topics and which brings about conversation, which brings about engagement from prospects and leads, then that brings about business. Not immediately. Let me tell you that very clearly. It will not bring it immediately, but you will be able to create a funnel. You'll be able to create a funnel of prospects who will then start seeing you as an authority on that one. How often are you and how consistent are you with your activity or with your content in the market? Consistency is the name of the game, Priya. Consistency is the name of the game. Yeah. It's not about that, okay, once in a blue moon, you just put up an absolutely outrageously awesome content and, a lot of people liked it. And then after that, the next content came after 3 months. On the other hand, a decently good content, but put up in a frequency, a consistent frequency of once a week or once in 2 weeks makes a huge difference.
So one more question, it's regarding SEO. Like when we have a website, we have blogs, we have everything that is desired by a search engine or by the customer. Actually, first by the customer, because whatever we make is for the customer. But what happens, sometimes we need to design the website or work the website in a way that search engine actually finds it out and presents it to the customer on the particular keywords. Like a customer is typing a keyword and we need to get into that keyword so that customer clicks on our website, and after that it gets wherever, like to the site where they can have some transactions or so. So don't you think that there is a lot of competition when it comes to a single keyword? Like when I am selling a Fair and Lovely product, or I'm selling any cosmetic products, I have so much competition in that segment. Like even if I have a very good product, I won't be able to get a first page in search engine. So in that case, I won't be having my prospect customers getting into my website. So what do you have your take in this question? Like, what
See,
do you say about it? Search engine optimization.
yes. See, number one, the competition is only going to get bigger and worse. Yes, but the point here is that yes, search engine optimization. There is an absolute clutter when it comes to keywords being used in SEO. Yes, absolutely agreed.
Yeah,
But the point to be considered here is that you know, how exactly do you place yourself as an absolutely unique entity in the market? SEO, whether it's SEO or whether it is a social media post which is promoted or any other form which brings traffic to your website or to your product, that is only one step of the way done. Okay, so uh, if we have to convert that customer from somebody who's just randomly checking out. Now, randomly checking out, we yes, I am not saying that SEOs are not effective, or SEO, or because of competition SEOs don't work anymore. No, definitely not. Search engine optimization definitely works, but the point here is that what is the kind of keywords that you want to brand yourself around? See, like I said, it's SEO is a tool. What matters is that where are you positioning yourself? Where is your expertise? Like I said, if you're in the industry of say whitening creams, okay, or whatever. Now, right now, this decision is now there is a huge debate happening in the market on creams or skin tone lightening creams. So if you're in that market and you see that the market is actually and you know, being a responsible company, you do not want to promote a product that is, or you do not want to promote a product in a way that promotes racism. Yes, absolutely great. But as a company, as a business owner, how exactly do you leverage that? How exactly do you know, play it out? You have to first of all decide where do you want to position yourself in the market. I am providing a cream that gives you amazing moisturizing, and it, you know, brings your makes your skin feel healthier and better. Do you want to be in that? Do you want to position yourself on the health platform? If you're on the health platform, then the keywords that you use for your SEO are totally different. So your competition, your entire competition, which is
yeah,
jostling in that SEO, that keyword space, is then not going to affect you. So you have to build your niche around that entire that
yeah,
space, based on where you want to position yourself. Are you a health product? Are you a product that is, you know, has got hygiene aspect to that? Are you a product which makes a person feel better about themselves, makes the skin glow, or, you know, any of those things? So where do you position yourself? Where do you actually want your product to be put? That decides what keywords you use. That decides the kind of traffic that you want to attract. That's one way. This is just one of the ways that we are talking about here. There are multiple ways. What is the kind of social media activity? What is the kind of marketing that is being done when it comes to your product on the digital forum? It is, you know, SEO is just one way. There is an entire chain of sales and marketing that is happening around it. Where are we placed on that? That is what makes a difference, Priya.
yes, sir. Okay, sir. This was the question. This is the end. I would like to thank you so much for giving your time and giving us so much of insight into sales and the hacks. And with this, we come to an end to today's session. And if if the audience, you all have any feedback to share, you can comment us on the YouTube channel. And for advertisements and sponsorships, you can also mail us joinprayana@gmail.com. And for tomorrow's session, we'll be having Dr. Lakshmi Nair, and she will be speaking on secrets for a medicine-free life. And for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday sessions, for Thursday, there's general ways to get out of your 9 mental traps by Priya Sharma's. On Friday, interview techniques, a glass door to possibilities by Mr. Neeraj Nanda. And on Saturday, integrity and accountability in workplace and life by Ms. Pooja Bose. And thank you very much for giving us your time. And thank you, Vinay sir, once again for giving your precious time to us, Prayaana. And we are looking
Thank you,
forward to
Priya.
have more sessions with you.
Thank
We
you,
are
Priya.
looking
Thank
forward
you
to
for
you
having
have
me
more
over.
sessions
I
with you.
had an amazing time, and all the very best for the upcoming webinars.
Same to you, sir. We'll be having the next again.
For sure.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you, sir. We can leave now, sir.